The following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Listener or viewer discretion is advised. This podcast episode is for educational purposes. The views and opinions expressed in this podcast does not reflect the views of our employers. Where applicable, any allegations are alleged until proven in a court of law.
Thank you so much for watching this upcoming episode. Please don't forget to like, follow, and share. Jesus Christ in heaven, thank you. All right. Welcome back to season 4 of Ouse Now podcast. We are back as promised.
Yes.
And we're going to start out with, can you recession-proof your life? Is that possible?
Well, when you say recession-proof.
First, does everyone know what a recession is? Because we keep hearing about that shit. What is it?
Not only that, but it's the lies for me. It's like, oh, we're not really in a recession. What?
We're not. We're not. According to what recession means, we are technically not.
Okay, girl.
Now, can it happen? Sure.
When I go to the grocery store, I can't tell.
Very true. Well, I agree, because we're pretty much buying the same, paying double. Now, this is all situational. We know, like, it depends on where you live and whatnot, but it's not. Grocery prices have not been reduced. Funny.
At all.
What? Not on day one? Holy crap.
What is that?
Still waiting. All right, because a jar of pasta sauce used to cost 88 cents. It's now $1.60 something.
Girl, I'm still looking at the watch.
I'm talking about the kind.
How many days are we into it?
I stopped counting because it's just that crappy. Yes, I said it. You can come for me. I don't give a shit. Yes, period. I said it.
Period. That part.
Anyway. But what is a recession?
Girl.
Okay, I got the Webster/AI definition of that. Or Oxford. Fancy Oxford. A recession is a period of temporary economic decline during which trade and industrial activities are reduced, generally identified by a fall in GDP, which is gross domestic product, in 2 consecutive quarters. I think that should read consecutive quarters, but whatever, same difference. So basically, if we had about 6 months of a decline in our gross domestic product GDP, then we are considered to be in a recession. We're not there yet, but we have been in a recession before. But it's been some time. And that was somewhere after that 2009, the housing market.
Oh, the housing crash. Yeah.
Been there. But even still, I don't remember grocery prices being like, I don't remember that being now, it was some time ago, I ain't gonna lie, but I don't remember grocery prices being increased the way that they are now. And now,
me either.
And that's it's a little scary. And I don't think that the groceries are impacted by tariffs per se, because not all products are imported. But those tariffs are not helping our pocketbooks.
They're not. And the crazy thing is, do you think that is the only cause of what's happening now? The prices? Do you think that's the only reason?
No, I don't. I do. I remember, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. I remember about last year where there was that explosive article about Kroger's, who inflation is going to happen, but the Kroger's, and you guys can look it up. You don't have to take it from me. It was explosive because during the height of the pandemic, they raised prices to well, what most people did. Most people raised prices to match the inflation rate. But what Kroger did, they raised it past what the inflation rate was. And there was an email that circulated within their organization that somehow got out. Thank you to whoever leaked that. That said, never let a good something go to waste. So don't let this opportunity go to waste. And they basically inflated the prices past the inflation rate, which was, I think it was like, don't quote me, it was about 3%. It was, they raised prices like past that, like maybe 10%, double or more.
That was during
So
COVID, right?
during
During the
COVID,
COVID. Right.
yes. Did it go back down? I don't know. I've not, I haven't always shopped at Kroger because it's location based. But I find it interesting that there, there's a lot of talk about tariffs. We don't import all this food, but I think maybe I don't want to go down conspiracy theory rabbit hole, but it is quite possible that some retailers are raising it past the inflation rate where we are still spending more. Because I remember back in 2020, I was like, if okay, so pre 2020, I could spend about $100 on groceries for a family of one, two, three, four, five of us, and we'd be good.
Mm.
Around the pandemic, about $150. We are post pandemic, quite a few years away from it, and now it's $200 for a family of three. Not all the time.
So can you imagine? I just can't. I can't imagine what it's like for even bigger families,
Oh yeah,
or like me, single parent households. Like the
yeah.
struggle is real. I think and this is something that I have never done ever until like everything is just so expensive. Just to have a little bit of normalcy or just to have anything extra, it's like, okay, I'm just gonna swipe.
We do.
Like I'm just gonna swipe this.
And pay as you
Um
go. Yeah.
and eventually, um how else do you, and that's really hard for me because I've worked really, really hard. I know I've shared that. um I've always been very financially savvy, but lately I'm like, man, I might die tomorrow. Who cares?
I mean, it's true. I, I don't know. I don't want to say like. I mean, you need good
Yeah,
credit. You need good
you understand
credit.
what I'm saying. I don't
I
want to mess up
gotcha.
my credit,
Hmm,
but
hmm.
I'm also like waiting for everything to balance out. I would I don't want to sound ungrateful. I would have what I need sometime, but I would never have what I want
Hmm. Yeah,
ever.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like I work to pay everybody else, and I'm like, man, f that. I'm about to do something for me. I'll handle it. I'll face the consequences later, Lord. And I and
I mean,
I'll probably be begging for help, like, um but like, who wants to always live like that?
yeah.
I'm just tired. I'm tired. I'm just tired trying to do everything right and be like, oh, I don't want to do that. But shoot, hell, I mean, I might win. Like, what's that song, girl? I love this song too. It's a really hood song, so don't judge me. But what's that song, Tomorrow by girl, I love that song. Tomorrow by and this is not an advertisement, I'm sorry, but I do like her. What's the chick's name? Glorilla.
Oh, which one?
Tomorrow.
That's the name of the
Tomorrow.
song.
It's tomorrow. It's
Mm.
a lot tomorrow. Let me see. Girl, I turned my phone off.
I
But
was like, let me
it's
see.
it's it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow by Glorilla, and it's like, shoot. Don't give a F about no credit score. I might be rich as tomorrow. You ain't heard that song? I love that song. Wonder what I could do next. And these supposed to be mad at you. Yeah, let me see. Let me see if I can
I
find
don't
it.
know. But nonetheless,
I love that song. Like,
we ain't got the rights to play that.
girl, I love that chick. Like, I do.
Oh, it's
Like,
TGIF. I was like, I don't know if that's the name of the song.
is it? That's what it is.
TGIF. Oh my
No,
god, that's the song I was playing.
no, no, no,
Oh,
no.
okay,
That's not the song. That's not the song. I
is
think
it the one
it's.
with Sexy Red?
I think it's her, Carly B. Uh, I think it's Meg the Stallion. Let me see. Let me see.
With Meg. Hold on.
It's tomorrow. Tomorrow too. That's the name of it. Tomorrow too. I know I wasn't crazy.
Okay.
Tomorrow too.
I
You ever
mean,
heard that song, girl? Listen,
probably.
I
Let me see.
don't know
What
what might
song are you
happen
thinking of?
tomorrow. I might not even like you tomorrow. Like,
What is that
girl,
song? I feel like I have a
I
playlist
love
that
this
has all the
song.
girls. We can't take it with us when we go. So, I mean, theoretically, and they can't force your families to pay for it. That's illegal. They cannot do it. While they may try,
That
they can't.
that part, because they did try. Did you hear about that one family where they really did try to go
I
after
have
them
heard
for
that.
their parents' debt? And I'm like,
It's impossible. That's you
that
can't do
sounds
it.
crazy.
Um, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's bonkers. Like I get it, whatever. I'm not going to go that road. But yes, they will try, but they can't. That's illegal. I mean, I understand as a business they need to try to recoup their money, and we as an individuals like we have the right to retain whatever we can while we can. Like we go to the grocery store and you might want to compare like apples to apples, right? So even if like last week I spent $200, I also had laundry detergent, all that other shit in there. So it may not be even Stevens, but we have less people in our household now. But we're paying about the same that we were grocery to grocery for when we had 4 to 5 in our home, which is bonkers. And we're on a single income, and while we do okay, it's still kind of like, ugh, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And this is the same for a lot of families. So whether if you were a single income, single parent, dual income household, like it's a lot for families to have to incur that expense. And I know who's not having to worry about that. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. And-
And with that being said,
in their glass houses, making decisions for people like us. But are there some ways that you can
but
recession proof? You can prepare as best as you can for a recession. Mm,
how do you recession proof? Because I'm like, most people, most um are feeling it. We just talked about going grocery shopping, right? So stuff is doubling and tripling. So most people are already overextending.
yeah, I mean, and don't let something break in the midst of something like
Girl,
of
don't
what's
tell
happening
me.
right now.
Tell
Don't
me,
and don't let some shit break in your house when what we've
girl.
got going now, because there are certain things where the parts and pieces are coming from overseas that are impacted by those tariffs. So what you would have spent on, let's say, for example, a laptop 2 years ago, a year ago, electronics are going to be hit really, really hard. I think things like appliances, that's going to be hit really hard. So, it's kind of hard to fully, me personally, I think it's really hard to fully prepare. Um, are there some ways? Experian actually has some tips for us for that.
Do it.
Um, But we've been through a recession before, and the last time during that recession, like I had to take a pay cut where it was like a $10,000 pay cut, and I it was a lot. I was like, and I had just bought my little Civic. I had just signed I was just signing the paperwork for my Civic. And then I go into, they're like, okay, I made my appointment to like close and do the final signing. I go to work that Monday. They're like, so we're going to do pay cuts. It's either we do these pay cuts. Well, I respect this. The company was like, everyone's taking a pay cut, not just this person or this person or this person. Everyone's going to take this pay cut. It's either that or we're going to have to start firing people. We figured out a way where we can keep everyone employed. They figured out a way where they can keep everyone employed. They said everyone that we're working with right now are valued employees, and you're the ones that we want to keep. So in order to do that, y'all all going to take a 10% pay cut. Everybody. It wasn't a 10%. It might have been, I don't remember the exact number. But they were that was real. That was some real shit. But, you know, there are some companies out there who won't be as loyal. They don't care.
Yep. They don't care. Yeah. Period.
So Equifax has 5 ways to prepare for a recession.
Okay.
But what happens in a recession? And they were able to kind of share what to expect when it comes to, like, companies may lay people off, which could result in like widespread unemployment. Hiring slows. I have seen that, and I think hiring is slow right now. I think we are already seeing that. I'm not sure if you're seeing it in
where I'm at.
any of, to cut rising costs, organizations may be forced to lay off large portions of their staff. Unemployment, hiring slows. That makes it hard for the people who are already. And then depending on where you are, it can be harder for you to, like, if you work in an area that has a lot of tech people, and then those tech people get laid off in one mass firing, which recently happened here like 3 months ago.
Yep.
You got like thousands of people competing for maybe 1 or 2 job postings.
Yeah.
Which is bonkers. Like, how do you compete with that? But they did share, how much, here's some things to kind of take stock of when it comes to your financial priorities. And I think that what they say is very true of one of the hardest parts is within a recession is not knowing what comes next. And there's a lot of uncertainty right now, and it's
Yeah.
not just about a recession. So here are some questions that you can ask yourself as you take stock of your financial situation.
How much cash do I have on hand? Girl. Um
Hmm, none. I don't carry cash. Ever.
uh
I
yeah.
lose shit. That's why I don't, and I carry
Uh,
a purse.
either I lose it or either I lose it or I lose it.
Yeah.
Let's see. How much cash can I get my hands on quickly if I need it? Ooh,
Mm,
that's a good one.
mhm.
How much debt do I currently have? Credit cards, student loans, etc. What are my basic monthly living expenses, including food, shelter, health insurance, transportation, and childcare? Well, considering most people's health insurance is looped in with their job.
Mhm.
Okay, next question.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. Do you have any major life events coming up with significant expenses attached? For example, wedding, a baby, or retirement? First of all,
Aren't you be happy to be past that stage?
girl, first of all, I have no more babies.
That part is exactly what I was talking about. I was like, yeah, we good.
I don't think I could have any if I tried in this moment. Um, and weddings.
I mean, that's always a possibility. Yeah. But I wonder
Yeah,
in
no, a possibility for
or retirement. Can you imagine? I wonder.
can you
What
even afford to can
I'm
you
about to say
can
that.
you retire now?
And by the way,
Like,
as much money as we have paid into Social Security over the years, we used to get a statement every 5 years or so of what you'd be allowed to receive from Social Security at age 65.
how is
Are
that
we?
looking?
I don't know. They stopped sending
Oh,
that shit. They stopped sending it.
you wonder
Everyone,
why?
I wonder why. Is Social Security going to be available to us, those of us who've paid into it for years on end? It seems unlikely. Just saying. They say that the Social Security fund is dangerously low. I don't
What
know. Maybe it's just a rumor.
what about, just hear me out, and I
Mm,
feel like it all loops together. Don't judge me when I say what I'm about to say, but let's talk about it, right? Because earlier when they was talking about the healthcare,
mhm.
what about all these people that are getting assistance with their healthcare?
Good luck with that. I mean, think how many people, seniors, children, like the most
Seniors,
vulnerable of populations are going to be impacted by that part.
special needs kids, parents that have children with really severe illnesses. Like, man, I don't know if it how it is where you're at, but I know I've been watching quite a few videos, and again, I got to the point where, like, yo, this is just, it's disgusting, and it's sad. But some of these older people that are on Medicaid and relying on certain public assistance programs because they are old and they have lived to get to be this old, they're losing uh food benefits,
Mhm.
they're losing healthcare benefits. Some of these elderly people, from my understanding, and I don't want to, I can't be specific because I don't want to say anything and be wrong, right? But from my understanding, some of these older people that are in assisted living facilities
Oh,
have
don't
been
get me
notified
started on those.
have have been have been notified, girl.
Do you know,
Girl.
once upon a time, I mean, we'll keep it on track, but I will tell you this. Once upon a time, I worked for an assisted living company. They didn't take patients for Medicaid or on Medicare patients. They would only allow it as self pay. So you had better be able to afford to put your people into an assisted living facility, because a vast majority of them do not accept Medicare or Medicaid for assisted living. Now, rehab is different, but assisted living specifically, good luck. And there's not a lot. And this was, by the way, 2019. I don't know what it looks like now, but I know at least as far, it probably is worse.
Worse.
As of
That's exactly what I'm about to say.
2019,
You took it from me. Worse.
it wasn't a thing. While we sit there and think that it's possible because you have Medicare and that you should be eligible, wrong. This is why, like, 401ks really do, retirement funds outside of Social Security is really, really important, because you can't. I've seen families come in. It's the most horrifying thing, and I'm glad I don't work there anymore. On top of the other corrosive shit that was happening there, but families would come in trying to find out their options and realizing that they couldn't afford $5,000 a month in 2019 to house an ailing, aging parent who was falling at home. 45, and that wasn't even a private room. That was a shared room with another occupant. If you wanted a single room, you better be ready to spend at least 10K. I kid you not. So,
That's disgusting.
if there is ever a case, y'all learn anything from me. Y'all got to prepare for retirement. And now I'm not even, we ain't prepared for retirement. No, don't even get me started. We ain't prepared
Girl.
for it.
We
We ain't
trying to
prepared.
prepare for life. We trying to get through life.
What's in retirement? We work until we're 90. So what they're basically trying to implore on us is, now's the time when we need to start understand what it is that we're spending, so we can anticipate needs over 6 months. You should have at least, and this is something I was always told, I've never been able to accomplish this goal, is to have at least 3 months of savings in your belt.
Have how many
That's hard.
months?
3 months of your household expenses. I've never been able to do that as an individual, as a household. 3 months of expenses in the bank saved. Now, this is what they're saying here. I just know I've always been taught that this is what you should have to prepare for the unexpected. 3 months of your overall household expenses, you should have that put away somewhere in a
Right.
savings account. When you look at the people who are like, I've exhausted my unemployment, which is only $1,200 a month. Most people's monthly overhead is like 2,000 plus a month. How you gonna live off of 1,200? I don't know. But anyway, but there's, recommending that now is a great time to take stock of, it's a budget. It's like, build your basic budget. What are your exact household expenses and what's your income? Now is the time to really start taking a look at that, because if it comes down to an actual recession, how can you have money put aside for those things? Which I think it's hard. I think it's hard for a lot of families.
I kind of before this, well, not really before, right around the same time, right? I went ahead and did my best, and I think I shared that with you, to try to get at least my car payment off of my plate. So I have like a few more months, and then I'm finally done
Thank
with
goodness.
that.
Yeah.
Um, and so that'll be out of the way. And I was joking with somebody. It was like, "Oh yeah, go get your new car," and I was like,
Yeah.
That's like cussing at me. Like, did you just cuss at me? The fuck
Well,
did you say?
consider that if a lot of our car part manufacturers are overseas and tariffs go into place, I mean, what that would look like in another year or so, that's, I don't know. If you have to, I don't know. But oh, if you're well prepared, okay, so if you're well prepared for a recession, a job loss, or other financial hurdle, you'll have enough emergency funds that cover 3 to 6 months of living expenses and hopefully a healthy nest egg for retirement. I'd like to know the people who actually have this. Who has been able to actually accomplish this goal? We would love to hear from you on how you were able to do it. We would love to hear from you. So please don't be afraid to comment on this episode. I think the Equifax is going to give us the broad view, but like we need nitty gritty. Like we need the nitty gritty, how
Right?
you were able to get down to being able to
Because
accomplish this
some of it sounds like really good, but you're like, um, it sounds good,
in theory.
but realistically, how we gonna do this? Because my grocery bill alone.
Now, I will say one thing I have done. I have taken a page from Miss Sylvia's book, and I did start buying like stuff to get like to make the soap,
Okay.
soap.
Okay.
So I've
Yeah, I
done
have.
one batch before, and
Okay.
I'm about to start working another batch. But if I really look at the math of it, I'm like, huh, okay, I can see how like if using this over, let's see, an 8 week period of time, of over 8 weeks, you don't have to buy laundry detergent. That's a savings. Um,
She gave me
and not such a
so
big batch,
much.
by the way. I mean, I'm making a smaller batch.
Oh, that's why. Because I was like, yo, I have like now I fill up the little tub and sit it up there and we just go from there. Like I'm gonna tell you what I found. Well, she helped me find it. I didn't find it at all. Um, she actually found a guy that makes the soaps. Like actually like dish detergent. I go to the flea market and buy dish detergent.
Oh wow.
Dirt cheap. I have to show you this big. I got a big like um I don't know how many gallons it is. Maybe it's a gallon jug. Maybe because it looks like it's a little bit around the size of a jug of milk. Maybe just taller. So it's probably about a gallon. A gallon of dish detergent, and it was dirt cheap. Right
See.
there, right there, right there at the damn flea market. And it works just as good as any other darn soap. As a matter of fact, I took my name brand soap bottle and poured a little bit of that in there. Same
And
color. And
hey,
no, who knows? Nobody knows that it's off brand or whatever. But guess what? It be busting them. It be busting them dishes. It be busting them down.
yeah, I mean, as long as it works, whatever. And if
That's
it's
all that
saving,
matters.
but I think that makes sense as far as like
You know
trying
what?
to
Stop.
see where we can,
Cut.
one, start budgeting, start cutting. I mean, the funny thing is, like, I cut the cable cord a long time ago, and I think the article kind of alludes to that. And I'm like, we've been there, done that. We don't have cable. I got like the triple, like ESPN, no, HBO, Hulu, and what Disney. That's what I got. I'm like, no, no, no.
Girl, I would give anything to have me some HBO.
They have plans through
Oh,
the
I
Hulu,
know.
and I was
The what?
like,
The Hulu?
Hulu, yeah, because you Hulu has with the live TV, but you can get Hulu on its own, and then you can get the Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN, or you can get Hulu, Disney Plus, and HBO Max, which is what I did. I swapped out the ESPN to the HBO Max.
So I can do that because I have that now. I have HBO, Disney, and the
Yeah,
sports, and I
swap
can
it out.
change it out.
I swapped mine out to HBO Max because I
Shut up. How
and
do
you
I do that?
just go on your Hulu. And I don't have the live TV. We've
Girl,
learned to
you
live
just
without
told
it.
me that.
And if you really think about it, like if there's shows that you can't watch because on Hulu because you don't have the live TV, like you can sign up for a month of Peacock, watch whatever you want to watch, and then cancel that shit. That's what I'm doing. I just caught up on Real Housewives, and I'm about to catch up with Married to Medicine, and then I'm going to cancel at the end of the month. That's how I'm doing it. I watch what I'm
Real
going to
House,
watch.
Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Atlanta. Yep.
I haven't watched that show in I don't know how long.
You was the one who was telling me about it. Who was it
No,
Married to
girl,
Medicine?
Love and Hip Hop.
Shit. Okay, well, it's on the same network. I've got about 2 weeks left, so I'm like, I
Uh,
gotta cram this shit in, but I don't know if I'm gonna have time. I might have to cancel it
Love
or
and Hip
whatever.
Hop. That's what
Oh,
I have been watching. I've been watching Love and Hip Hop.
it's
I haven't
on
watched Housewives of Atlanta in the longest.
Peacock. Well, I haven't either. And then I started watching it. I was like, oh, that's why she got fired. I remember now. She fucking deserves it.
Who got fired?
What's her name?
Who got fired?
What was her name? Oh my god! Please don't let this be another Morgan Freeman thing.
You mean like earlier? I trying to remember it. I couldn't remember that shit from that, and I was like,
What's her name? And she's so pretty, but she's fucking ugly on the inside. What is her
oh, yeah.
name?
Oh, I can't stand her. I was so disappointed when I found out that she was born in the same month as me.
What is her name?
Um,
She's gorgeous, Miss USA. What is her freaking name?
and I don't even think she's gorgeous.
I think she's very pretty. I think she's a
No, I
very
don't.
pretty woman.
I think she has those. I think she had, or maybe you're right. Maybe her personality stuff just makes her look so ugly to me. But I was like, you're not even that
Personality is
cute.
shit. Her
You're just not
personality is
even
shit.
that cute. I
Now,
can't
I will
stand her,
say she can read like nobody else. She will read you,
girl.
but
It
she
is almost hurtful.
very much so. Twirl. What's that? What's her name? Oh, Kenya Moore. Thank you,
That's it.
Jesus.
That's it. I can't stand her.
She's a beautiful woman, but her, I don't know if this is what she portrays for TV, but her personality is trash.
She got fired, girl. What she get fired
Oh
for?
my god, we're gonna get back on this, but she did you. We got. I'll tell you offline. But
Okay,
she did
girl, I
some
can't
really
wait.
nasty
I
shit.
heard that she got fired, but she's always done really, really nasty shit.
She really has.
Girl, she's always
She
done
really
nasty.
has. But even that took it so far that even her castmates was like, I don't want to film with her anymore. And the show was canceled. The show was officially canceled, and they
What did
brought it
she
back.
do? What did she
They
do?
brought it back. You got okay, but let's get back to this recession shit.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, girl.
So like,
Speaking of unemployment, I know some rich people that's unemployed.
did I miss the news?
I was talking about Kenya Moore.
Oh, is she really rich though, or is she reality TV rich?
The shit that comes out your mouth sometimes, girl, you be on that.
Well, so I think the first key is really to take stock of your financial priorities. What is a priority? What's not? The next is to focus on debt repayment if you're able. I think that key word is if you can. If you can't, oh well. What are you not going to buy groceries to pay a credit card bill? Like, I mean, just charge your fucking groceries. I mean, I don't know. But I think that there's a lot of people maybe facing that more and more as we progress into this year, having to choose between, how am I going to pay for groceries? I might just charge this card. Maybe I just won't pay the bill, or I'll pay the minimum. I think that's a key thing. And one of the things that it does say here that I absolutely fucking agree with is make sure you pay your rent or mortgage on time in full. That's the one, like, you need a roof over your head, whether you got lights on or not, you need that roof. So make sure that that gets paid.
Right.
And then car payment, yes, because you need to get back and forth to work. That's a necessity. That was saying we're talking about like making at least a minimum payment on your credit card, or if you have to miss a payment, just miss the payment. Like I've done that before, and I've had to ask for like payment plans for some of my credit cards. And in fact, I just played one off. Oddly enough, it was for a dishwasher, which broke twice. Got it replaced with a whole new one. That shit broke. And then it broke again. The new one, which is only 3 years old. Don't ever buy Amana products ever. They are trash. I finally paid it off and it broke.
Um,
I'm like, I love that. I just love that shit. So make your minimum payment if you can. If you can't, and the thing, even like it says to continue make, so they suggest like continue to keep up with your medical debts if you can. That's one of the hardest things I think. That like that's one of
right.
the last things to get paid.
Period. If I can even make that. Honestly, if I'm being 100% real, I'm like, yo, put it on my tab. I mean, I hate to, I really don't want anything to go on my credit, but if it comes, they look at medical bills differently from they look at how you look at your credit stuff,
Yes.
debt that you actually can control versus debt that you really can't. Like
Yeah.
people can't control sick.
Yeah, I don't know. That fucking medical debt part, I'm like, I've got medical
Yeah,
debt for like
such
freaking years. God
oh
forgive me.
gosh.
But like,
Oh
let's not
well.
forget that we pay for insurance and we still end up having to pay out of pocket for shit, but we're paying for
And
insurance
quite a
already.
bit. Period.
And I know it depends on like different plans and stuff like that. Like high plan, low plans, all that other stuff. But like, come on. We already paying for it.
Right.
You gotta
It's
pay some more.
coming out of my check. I'm already paying, and then every time I do something, it's a copay or a pay this or a percentage of this or as a matter of fact, my ex-husband was like, "Yo, I don't even know what how this insurance that I currently have is even beneficial because I got to meet what did he say? He said he got to meet some
Oh,
type
the
of
deductible has to be paid before they start paying for shit.
yes, he has to meet a
Oh,
whole
that's the
deductible before
worst.
they even come out of their pocket with anything. And he's like, I,
But you're already paying. Shouldn't that
but I'm
count towards the same
paying.
deductible?
Yeah, he's like,
That's
"Yeah, I
why
get this." He's like, "I don't
I
understand."
agree that they should
He's like, "I don't
value
get this."
health debt should be valued completely differently. I mean, we're pretty.
Crazy.
It would seem we're a progressive company, but we're the only country, but we're the only ones who can't manage to figure out healthcare, where your people aren't
Mm,
having to pay
mhm.
out their asshole for fucking healthcare. By the
Right?
way, which we're already paying for, but we still
Period.
got to pay some more.
And some more.
Make it make sense.
Like
Whatever.
you're already sick, and then you're gonna be even sicker when you get the bill.
But whatever. What do we know? We're just simpleton people. We're
I
not the
mean, I'm just
1%.
saying,
Aren't they
just
lucky?
just just
Ah.
that part. Um,
um
remember if you are falling behind to reach out to your creditors and ask for hardship concessions. This might include making interest-only payments on your debt or putting payments into forbearance. You can also check out your local banks or credit unions for a personal loan. There are online lenders as well, and your employer may offer a short-term loan program in times of trouble, which is true, and that's how I got my um car loan a lot lower because it was a whole lot cheaper, a
yeah.
whole lot cheaper. Um And also, if you're making your payment on time, you can also ask your credit card companies or any other lender about lowering your interest rate a significant number. Oh, I didn't know that. A significant number of major utility providers offers programs that might allow you to pay your bill at a later date or provide other hardship assistance.
Yes.
You'll never know what agreement you and your creditor can reach if you don't ask. Now that's facts. Most
Yeah.
people run and hide, and I think that's a real mistake.
Oh
When it
yeah.
comes to certain things, most people just be like, I can't," and they just like forget it. I'm,
And I
I'm
do
done,
know
done with it.
we've had to do this before with Duke Energy, where but they only allow this twice a year, so you have to be very, 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 very careful when you do it. If you
Right.
can pay your bill, like extend the bill due date to a different time. Um, Duke Energy will allow you to do that, but you just gotta like it's only twice in a calendar year.
I think twice a year is pretty good. I'm gonna tell you why. Because the most hike that I see is right around the winter time, like the really really cold months.
Yeah.
So I could see benefiting from that during those cold months, and then the other really significant jump is when it's really freaking hot.
Yeah, girl. I feel you.
Except when your air conditioner breaks.
That's the like, oh. Yeah. Well, at least I don't know if it reduces your energy bill because it's not actually using it.
It does reduce it.
Oh, okay. Like
It
that's good.
absolutely reduces it, right? So the first bill that hit me off, it was higher than normal. But the one after that was like are y'all home?
Get used to it. But by the way, when it comes to like things like that, like they do say like getting your stuff serviced on that, and we have done this. We've only been consistent with at least annually, but you really should like get it serviced every twice a year to help keep it functioning to hopefully prevent like some like things breaking down. Like ours broke last year. That shit broke. We came home and the fucking house was like a sauna. It was a sauna. And so like if you and we the guy was like, you haven't had it serviced in a while. I was like, yeah, I know. He's like, you really need to do that. He was like, okay. I mean, we just couldn't afford it when
Another bill.
it's just another bill. I was like, sorry, that's not a thing right now. It wasn't in the budget. It wasn't in the budget for like 2 years. Sorry. Um, but I did think this was kind of interesting as far as like them saying like reviewing your career opportunities, but it kind of does go into like what we were saying earlier. Like if you've got 500 people vying for the same job, they can only hire one.
Period.
So is it time to
Crazy.
start reevaluating career paths or maybe look at
Yeah.
other options? Like, dang,
Yeah.
that's a tough one to eat, I would say.
I'm like, really? The way they're laying off people in job, and not like people in jobs that you kind of always felt was secure, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Like you always would, like
Yeah.
you grew up thinking
Yeah.
that tech,
Hmm.
right? Tech was the place to be,
Was
right?
a
You
sure
grew
thing.
right. Oh yeah, I get a tech job, get a tech computers, da 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 da, and now those are some of the biggest layoffs, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're like, and you're like wowed by it, like, dang, I thought this was a pretty secure thing. We also was taught the medical field, right?
Yeah.
Doctors,
Oh,
nurses,
yeah. Doctors.
doctors, doctors, nurses, medical, going to the medical. People are always going to be sick. No, but they still getting fired too. With
Yeah.
all these people that's getting sick.
But where are they all going? Then you got the same, like, how are you? I can't, I just can't.
But uh, you do know that some of those doctors and nurses that are getting fired, it really has to do with the benefits
And loss of funding. Yeah.
and loss of funding.
Yeah.
So now you have these doctors and nurses losing employment because people are losing funding.
Well, they were, I was reading this article a couple of weeks
Crazy.
ago where they were talking about that. How, like, what's going to end up, was it an article? I can't remember what it was, but they were saying what's going to end up happening is with this loss of funding for a lot of the small rural communities are going to have to go to the bigger cities to get their health care. And we understand why.
Mm,
What it's also doing is it's going to overburden that healthcare system because people were going
appointment.
to have a harder time getting appointments.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
like, this is
Crazy.
like big picture. You're
And
cutting
and
all
and
this
then
funding.
okay, and then you have doctors that are no longer going to you're having less doctors,
Hmm.
more patients.
Hmm. Yeah. So it's like everyone's going to have to like reevaluate like what is your career path. I mean, I think they just want everybody to be working in the field somewhere to help these farmers out.
That sounds about right.
But do you want a doctor picking your strawberries? Let me tell you
Dawn,
something about these
I
people.
I don't care who picks some strawberries. I'm be honest, but I tell you what, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. How you say that? I say this legit with my whole chest.
Just say
Girl,
it.
I will do anything. And I mean this. I would do anything to take care of my kids. And but you know what the heck I won't do?
Oh, yeah. Yes. But the funny thing is, I don't
And I
know.
mean this. And I mean this, God, you forgive me. I don't know. You might even have to bleep this out. I will sell a body part before I get out there.
Have you on OnlyFans?
You want to see a show? I got a
Unless
show.
they make
I
that
got a show
illegal
for
too,
you.
because it's not.
They probably will. They probably
What's next?
will.
What's on the
Like,
chopping
they probably
block
will.
next?
But
Ah.
no, well, I listen.
Okay, we just playing
I'm
though.
I'm
We
I,
just playing,
look,
y'all.
I have no if it comes to taking care of my household, I have no I but if it comes to taking care of these kids, I have no I want to say I have no pride, no dignity, right? Like,
Mhm.
I'm going to do whatever it takes, right? But it's just something about that.
I mean, maybe we're just exaggerating. I could be exaggerating. Y'all don't take me for fact, but it kind of feels like it. But I'm going to tell
Shoot.
you
No, they
that
mean that. I'm
most
sorry.
doctors don't have the please don't forgive me. I took a driving test with someone else who was studying medicine. He couldn't pass his driving test, but I did.
Excuse me. You know what?
So let me just tell
Um
you, some people were not meant for that kind of life.
uh, facts.
But so it's a funny thing to feel like, oh, you've just studied for years and years for this thing and suddenly you're having to rethink it because to try to bolster your emergency fund ahead of time. Um that goes back to that savings. Like, how do you?
Yeah, like,
It's
how do
still
you do
kind of
that?
hard. But I think the easiest thing you could do is like number 5 here is make an effort to stay on top of your financial situation, like reviewing it on a regular basis. Debt consolidation is another way to do it. I've done that and it really worked out. The funny how shit works out, but it really worked out. Um, it really did. I've done debt consolidation just to kind of help reduce how much you're paying out for different 4-year debt can help. Um, it really did buy us out of like a really big like financial thing right before COVID hit. Girl, if it wasn't for that, and then
Mm.
having those cars totaled,
Mm.
COVID, I mean, not for nothing, it would have been a lot uglier had I not done the debt reconsolidation had that car not been totaled. We had 2 cars totaled.
Wow.
And then so they really did
Dang.
funny how it's really weird how things work. But I do remember at that time, like, because I had gotten fired and stuff, like I was like, shit, this sucks. But right before that, we had a bunch of things happen that required where it was one big thing that happened that caused a lot of a follow like a fallout in a bunch of different areas, which actually ended up working in our favor. Like it's fucking mind boggling. I was like, wow, I don't know how that happened, but thank you, God, because it would have been a lot worse had it not been for that debt consolidation and the fact that the cars got totaled ahead of time. Like we would have
And it's
been in
crazy.
dire straits.
What's crazy is how I'm pretty sure in that moment he was like, "Oh, F, I have just lost my transportation."
Yeah.
But then after it was all played out, he was like, "Shit,
Thank you.
thanks."
I look back at that time and I'd be like, at the time, I was like, oh my God, why the fuck is this happening? Like, I don't understand. And I'm not saying shit didn't get real again afterwards, but in that
Right.
moment, I was like, I don't fucking get it. This is bullshit. It was like boom after boom after boom. And
Right.
then 2020, and I was like, oh, thanks.
Right? Like that worked out.
That actually helped us a whole lot.
Right.
Begrudgingly. I'm like, okay, I see the dots. Thanks. um, but it was right around that time, I shared that with you. Like I gotten fired. And that was like a really hard thing for me to kind of accept with I took a really bad hit with my confidence because of getting fired. Because I'd never been fucking fired before, ever. I didn't even know that shit was a thing. I didn't know that was a thing. Yes, you can get fucking
What?
depressed after you
Fired?
get fired.
What is that?
I know my shit don't stink, but apparently,
You fire me? The nerve.
oh my God, I couldn't believe it. Oh my
I've
God.
never been fired from anything.
Same. That's how I felt in that moment. But I did. But all worked out. But I
I've been
think,
fired before, and it does hurt your pride.
oh my God,
And it
girl.
was something so stupid. I found out later they wasn't even supposed to fire me for that, but that I was young. I was young as hell. I
I
was young.
couldn't. I mean, I don't know what it was. I was in my. I don't remember what year it was. I don't want to say how old I was, but I'd been working a long time, and I had never like a long time. That had never happened. So I think for that to happen at that stage in my life, I was like, "Excuse me,
What?
what?
Me?
Me? Nah."
Ain't
But
no way.
I'll tell you, I knew it was coming. I even told my supervisor, I was like, "So did you have fun interviewing my replacement?" She didn't see that shit coming. She didn't see it coming. And I was
What is
like,
girl, what did she say?
she was like, we interview for all kinds of things. And I was like, I
Don't
bitch.
stutter now. Oh, no. Don't play
I
with
know what
me.
time it is and I know where I'm at, hun.
Period. Yeah, okay.
But even knowing it was coming, I still took like a hit to that's a big hit to my self-esteem. So I was like, this bitch just fucking fired me. Y'all are stupid. But then I was stupid for choosing that place as a company.
You did tell me that it was a bad
It was a bad
decision.
choice. Bad choice. But I think the best thing that they can say here is to make an effort to stay on top of your financial situation because it can, like, you just, things can be uncertain. Like, I was pretty confident until I wasn't, and then I got fired. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of, you have got to be on a regular, steady looking at it. But there are some ways that we can make some money, which I thought this article, I think it's from the Penny Hoarder, which was, yes, from the Penny Hoarder, that maybe we can share some of the links somewhere. I don't know where. But let me go ahead and I thought like a lot of these tips was actually quite valuable. We ain't going through all of these. There you go. We can't. We don't have time for that. But I thought that some of these were kind of helpful. Thank you to the Penny Hoarder. Now I have seen this here by like setting up a direct deposit, like Wells Fargo used to have our mortgage, and we would get like emails all the time, like set up a checking account or a savings account, and we'll give you bonus for signing up for their banking services.
Really?
If I would get notifications to the app, and they'd be like, "You can do this. You can get $300 by setting up for checking." Maybe every 6 months or so, I would get that notification. And I'm like, "Listen, I'm pretty loyal to who we bank with, and no, it's something to consider." Now, the next one says cancel your car insurance, but I think that's kind of silly. I think they're just trying to say shop around. That's how I read that, because you can't just cancel your car insurance.
I don't know where you live at, but I need to move where you live in. If you can just cancel your insurance. I don't know if you saw my face when I was reading it. I was like, what?
Cancel? You tripping? um,
I got a whole CDL, man. I ain't doing that all over again.
heck no. But I think they have some really great tips, and we're happy to share it. We'll try to figure out how to put it into the show links. because they do suggest things like Uber, like can you Uber, do side work, like side gig work. That was one thing. Sign up for a new checking account. You might be able to, they might deposit some money into your account. There was one that I thought was really interesting.
Is it the online task?
Oh,
No.
like get paid up to 140 bucks a month just for sharing your honest opinion. That's it. One grocery shop right there.
Oh, nice.
Um, this sounds like BS. I'm not clicking on that link, but becoming a real estate investor for as little as 10 bucks sounds like
Uh,
BS to me, but okay.
that part. Okay.
I was like, yeah, nah. Free cash. And do you ever see those ads for that play solitaire to win money?
What?
Like, do you ever see those things? Like, I
Mm-mm.
won X amount of dollars playing solitaire. That's a thing on this list.
Is it really?
Let me see if I can find it. Never overpay, get
Damn.
paid. Where is it? Get paid. Now this
Watching movies and doing me, girl. That's right up my alley, girl.
okay. So check out inbox
Girl,
dollars.
give it here. Let me do that.
I don't mind
Um,
that.
you don't buy it?
I said I don't mind that one.
Oh, don't mind. I was like, I don't know. I'll do a
Um,
review. I wonder. I want, but this is how I will know if it's worth it. By how many I have to do for that 100 for that $225.
True.
How many hours of movies must I watch? Because but when I think about it, I guess it really don't matter because I probably am going to watch some of it anyway for absolutely free.
Might as well get paid for it.
Might as well get paid.
Now
Um,
this
I,
I thought was enticing. That one was like, hmm.
let me get down. Let me go down. Which one is that? Earn $1,000 a month by reviewing games and products you love. Let's
I don't mind
but
it.
but what you have to wonder is some of that $1,000 in merchandise.
Very true.
Because sometimes that is your actual payment, what that product is worth. We're gonna send you this product. You have to give a review about it. And does that actual product play into that $1,000? Do you know what I'm trying to say? So,
Oh, like they take that
because
deduct the cost of the product
right, right,
into
right, right,
what
right,
they're
right.
spending. Oh,
So,
that's a good point.
so you get you get a product, and the product is $500. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's your,
That's a fair
you know what
point.
I'm saying? Like
Um,
I would like to know that because sometimes you know.
well, I mean, the site is Cash Kick. I don't know if that's yeah, I agree. That's a good thing to note. This I thought was pretty interesting. Like get up to 2000 in stock when you
Let's
start
see that.
investing. I'm
Mm,
like, you have to have a really good head for investing to be able to get into something like that. And
mm,
I'm like, I don't know if I barely play lotto. So on that note, to do this,
mm. This one
um,
is good. We just talked about this one, debt relief.
mm, the oh
Mhm,
yeah, the consolidation, yeah.
mhm, mhm,
That is something, not everyone's going to want to do this, but I can tell you that it really did. It saved our ASSs. And then I don't know what like the mortgage rate and stuff like that's looking like right now. If you wanted to do like a home equity or if you wanted to something like that, that would be something to consider if things get really, really tight, borrowing against your own home. And then for like some of those creature comfort things that we like to do, like if you are like I still do my fetch things, so I've been saving up my fetch points so I can get like a gift card. That's how usually if I want to buy a certain coffee place, I just rack up my fetch points and then I get a gift card to that coffee place so I'm not spending my our own personal money or it feels like I'm saving or it's not coming out of our household expenses. Because you could even do like an Amazon gift card. You could do Starbucks gift card. I don't stop at Target anymore, but that's an option.
Why is that, sis?
I don't know. I hear they're losing their CEO. Sucks for them.
Oh,
Opportunists with the DEI went with the wave of, oh, no more DEI, and now your ass is gone. There you go. You lost the black community's dollars, dummy. Okay.
period. That.
um or even like if you like I just started doing the TikTok shop. I've gotten 2 free samples. I'm like, that's pretty neat. I got some fun toothpaste that I'm trying out. So if you don't like, if there's stuff you want to try out that you don't want to spend money on, if you're in the TikTok shop and they're doing free samples, like that's another way to, because it's not coming out of your pocket. The only thing that you're doing is spending time on it, you know, to get these free samples.
I read this one that's after this, and I'm so sorry. But I have to really tell the truth about this one. Can you scroll down? I know we cannot talk about all of these, but can you go down to 15?
Mm. Oh yeah,
Let me
girl.
tell you something. Let me tell you something, and I mean this with all listen. This number 15 is absolutely legit. Don't get stuck with a surprise home repair. Facts. Do have a home warranty, but make sure you have a home warranty company that is going to honor that warranty. I have had dealings with this one that is recommended here. Some other people that have had some dealings with this same company, and I don't know if they have improved since they made the news. Anyone that wants to fact check me on this one, go right ahead.
Dang.
But you want to make sure that you have a warranty, a home warranty company that really is going to be there when you need them because they're similar to insurance. And I have had a dealing with this particular company that's recommended here, where they did not honor. They did not.
Yeah,
They finagled um
their way
a
out of
way
it.
the way out of it. And I was not the only one that they did that to. And I know some other people that they did that to. One is deceased, so she can't but a little while after that I saw this same company on the news. North Carolina resident who had this same company, and they did the same thing to those people. And it was an older couple. It was so ugly.
I'm wondering
Do
if
you
this
remember
person we
that?
had. I remember having a similar thing where there was like, "Oh yeah, we're covered." We
Yeah,
wasn't
but not
covered,
right.
and it
That part.
was our AC went out, our air conditioner went out in the middle of a fucking heat wave, and they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna send somebody." Never came. I thought you were sending somebody. They never came. I thought you were sending somebody. Never came. And then they were like, "Oh, we don't service your area." 2 weeks later, they finally figured out that they don't service our county.
That's a see. That's that mess. That's that. But they were servicing it when you was paying though, right? So did they give you your money back?
The thing was, it was the previous owner had this warranty that was transferable, and there was 6 months left on the warranty, which was transferable to us, and it was transferred to us.
Wow.
Assholes.
That
I
sucks.
don't remember if it was choice home warranty, but I do agree with you that you have to be very careful because some of these home warranty places, they don't honor. I mean, you've
Mm-mm.
got 2 people here who've had similar experiences, and if they made the news, that tells you all you need to know. Be very, very mindful.
Period.
Um, I do agree. It's really hard to get stuck with a surprise. Don't I do agree? Oh, is it hard? Um, but you don't want to spend money on a home warranty when you could just fucking save it because they're not going to do their part, what you paid for.
Right. Right.
Um, so there are some really, I think, handy suggestions on this article. But wherever you can save, like now is the time to really start doing it. Start reviewing your budget. See where you can scale back, put money aside so that way Worst thing that could happen is you built yourself up a nice little savings and you never have to use it. But if you
Right.
have to use it, hey, maybe you could have saved it. If you don't have to use it, it's a vacation fund. That's the worst thing that can happen is you not have to use it. But if you have to
Right.
use it, then it's there. So start evaluating,
Right.
because we haven't hit the recession according to the experts. Now, can we believe the experts these days? Ain't no telling. Ain't no telling. So just start
The,
saving anyway.
the experts don't live where I live at, and they don't have the same type of life nor livelihood. You know what I'm trying to say? So,
Hmm. Hmm.
honey, you can afford to save for 6 months. Let's start with that.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're serious when we say if anyone has managed to accomplish putting money away in real time, little by little, not like some one percenter or something like that, like real time, we would love to hear how you were able to accomplish that goal. And I would imagine that consistency is going to be a really important key part to it. But we want to hear your thoughts. So please don't be afraid to comment or share what you did to make it happen because we're here for it. Thank you for watching.
Um, as always, we appreciate our day ones, that they're always on our lives. When they can't catch the lives, um they are in our comments, they are giving us feedback. We love each and every one of our ousters, old and new. If you haven't caught up and watched seasons 1, 2, and 3, and watched our special This Is Us, I listen, stop wasting time and let's get on it. Go do that. And thank you for joining us on season 4. Because you know what? Every season we have gotten better and better, and y'all have helped us to get better and better. And time is something that you cannot get back. And the fact that you take time out of your lives and y'all daily schedules to be here with us, we can't thank you enough. So thank you for listening.
Thank you so much for watching this episode. Please don't forget to like, follow, and share.